Hi everyone, we're going to get started with our projects for this week in just a minute, but I wanted to go over some supplies that you're going to need for your projects for next week. We're going to be making salt dough, which is really fun. It's like using clay, but we're just going to make it out of plain flour and plain salt, and we'll make a garland. So it would be good if you had some shapes that you could cut out with maybe cookie cutters or another shape that you could maybe press into the salt dough. So you need a big mixing bowl, and we're going to string it up. So you want to use some yarn or some cord or something to string it on, and you want to give it a nice place to dry. And so we will be working on that one next week. We'll also be doing a Q-tip snowflake. You don't have to use Q-tips. You could use toothpicks. I've got some long ones and short ones there. Or you could also use clothespins. You're going to need 8 if you're going to use clothespins. And some nice liquid glue. And I'm going to put mine on a blue background and maybe a purple background, a nice cool color background for your snowflake to be on. This is a great project to get out any gems or metallic markers or glitter or anything that you have around that you might want to use. And so will some of the projects that we're going to do today. So if you have anything floating around that could be useful to really give some pizzazz to your project, you might want to gather those supplies up. For today's project, we're going to make these little pom-pom hats, little miniature snow hats. So you want to get out some yarn. I've got some acrylic or worsted yarn that I showed in there. Basically, any kind of yarn will work. And you need some scissors and a toilet paper or paper towel tube to make the base or the brim of the hat. And then you also need, you could use a ruler or a sheet of paper for a measurement for how long your pieces of yarn or cord need to be to make the hat. And for the other project for today, we're going to make cardboard tube snowflakes. So you want to get paper towel tubes, toilet paper roll tubes, at least 2 toilet paper roll tubes to make our project. We're going to cut out slices of it. We'll squash those flat and cut out little slices of the tube. And then we're going to arrange them in a snowflake form. I'm going to do a 6-sided snowflake because most snowflakes are 6-sided, but they're also 8-sided. And if you feel more comfortable doing just 5 sides instead of 6, you could also do that. So a ruler would be very helpful with a pencil if you have it, but if you can just cut the slices off of the toilet paper tube once you smash it down, you should be just fine. You definitely want good sharp scissors and liquid glue for this project so that the cardboard pieces stick together. If you don't want to do the hat and you want to jump on ahead to this project, go ahead and move ahead on the playlist to find this project. But I'm going to be using the hat again with the salt dough, so you will see that in that project. So if you want to make the hat for that, then you just remember that you need to come back to these videos to make it for next week's project. And let's go ahead and get started.